Welcome back. This is the third episode of Red Matter Graphics Update. In our last episode, we imitated Stas. We impersonated Stas. We did his work. We got the hoist working. We got the reactor working. We took a loyalty test. We got into the security area. We got the computer system back online. We got into the vault where our intelligence thought that the secret documents were. They weren't there. We were given the mission update to come down to the lab and look down here for them. So let's do that. Again, this one is the same as we've seen. It's just our position is we're down the bottom level. This looks complex. We have the same symbols, but again, we got off the elevator. We're outside the elevator going down this long hall. You know, from that symbol forward, that's the living quarters. Up above would be terraforming, except you can see that has been mapped for this floor. You're in the empty hall. Some entry hall. Some areas appear sealed off due to quarantine. And yes, anything that's been shown has the hatch marks through it. Those areas have been sealed off for quarantine. So, terraforming up above. Looks like there's one room on that side of the hallway we can get to. We have quantum, we have the quantum, I think it just says quantum. Let me check. That's the reactor symbol. Quantum lab. The quantum lab is still available. As is that room, the main lab, the ante-room for the quantum lab. And that room is available. The two rooms on the right side of the hallway are available. In this whole area here, which would be the ice mines, looks like. I think that's ice mines. The ice mine, and again, those are probably classrooms or prep rooms, and that hatch probably leads out to the ice mine, but that's of academic significance because that is been sealed off according to this chart. Also notice that room appears to have a direct access into the terraforming, where I'm assuming since this is the living quarters, those other rooms do not go anywhere else. And so it looks like the terraforming lab, Irini has a bedroom that opens into her lab, and maybe the quantum person, Sasha, has a room that opens into the ante room for her lab. Okay. Now we have our bearings. I'm sure that sign just says habitat. Or it says out of range, apparently. Habitat, yeah. And we agreed with the all-seeing eye terminal thing. Let's go out to the impressive. I guess I can't really call that a skylight, can I? But that is an impressive view. Let's go up and see what the news is. Welcome back to the crew quarters, comrade. Remember that certain areas are inaccessible due to contamination. Yes, we found that out on the map. Nikolai reminds you that despite all things, the habitat is safe, and there is no reason for alarm. Except for maybe whatever's oozing out of that room over there? Nikolai! And that was the room that was said was, or the hallway that was said to be sealed off for contamination. I don't see any door control anyway. Terraforming lab. Yeah. And just as the map in the hall said, it's close to contamination. This looks like a conference room table. Nice workstations. You have, you know, the space-age chairs. You have desk blotters. This would be the Stas's desk for meetings, or Stas's seat for meetings, engineering. This would be Irinia's seat for meetings, and it just happens to be, I haven't actually shown it yet, but you can kind of see on the symbols on the monitors. Engineering, terraforming, and remember, it did say that Irinia was dead due to exposure to the something, and that looks like that could well be the case. Come around here. At the head of the table, it looks like a speaker box. At the head of the table is our quantum person. Speaker. Sasha Reese, quantum physics. It is a quantum physics. I can call her a quantum physicist. Okay, thank you, game, for helping me not look stupid. Thank you. That's our base symbol. That's the quantum lab. Again, right across from our workstation, or conference desk position. Security, Nikolai security. Security, communications, and yes, that's our communications, Olga's place. I like to be thorough. Everything, this is a very, they have built a very credible world. Oh, did I get that last card? Yeah, that's one about everything is safe. There's no reason for alarm. Except for that red stuff that's coming out of that door. Start over here. Stas's. Well, we have Stas's badge, so that's what Stas has. The chair has been knocked over, not by the VR player. So what he has to offer. The chair might be in the way. A photograph. A picture of Stas's dog in Volgravia. Remember, didn't he have a dog pictures in his locker? That makes sense. A photograph of Irinia and Stas smiling, so... Isn't that the same photo we saw upstairs with a different caption, like... Love for always, or whatever? So those two are clearly an item. Plants. Earth plants. Carefully arranged in a planner. A note. It's a plant from Earth. That's her those, apparently. And probably those up there, too. We some planters. Well, probably gifts from Irinia. Stas, I just wish for all this to be over and go back to Volgravia together and stop all this hiding. I love you, Irinia. A love note to go with the apparent love gifts. A door control button. Interesting, on mine the door is always closed behind you. I've seen other Let's Plays of this where the doors stay open. Got some tools. A game of chess is underway. The red pawn has the next move. And if you notice, remember when we put the pawn on the chessboard up in the engineering space and it advanced 2. Remember, the pawn on his first move can be bold and advance 2. That matches that. Let's see. The white team doesn't appear to have much left. You have the rooks are in the back row. Okay. You have the king and... Is that a bishop? Yeah, that's a bishop. You have the king, the bishop, that knight. He's got his rooks. I wonder if he castled the king. No, that's... And 3 pawns defending. So, to get up to the king, the pawn would have to advance twice, not get taken. Capture one of those other pawns. Again, not get taken. Advance one more time and get promoted. I'm sure that's... None of that's going to come into play. There's our cliff edge sign. Well, he is the engineer, but why? I guess it makes sense. He has spare signs in his. But why would you keep those in your quarters and not at your workstation? That's not normal either. Drinks. Well, we know he has a drinking problem, apparently. He's got a flask. Yeah, I think he might have a... Okay. Any gambles? A dice. Game, it's a die, but in that case there are 2, so dice would be appropriate, but still. Yeah, I mean, we have some notes. Stas, I've got to do something. The red mold is getting out of hand. Nikolai is putting us all in danger. Irenia. What is the security guy doing with the red mold? And evidently Irenia is concerned that the security guy is doing something with the red mold, and she's telling the engineer about it. Don't do anything stupid, Irenia. Nikolai is very dangerous. Don't risk it. We'll find another way. Stas. So, we know that apparently Stas may have gotten killed for his efforts. And he's trying to prevent something bad happening to Irenia, but we know something bad happened to Irenia. Yeah, I'm thinking the only way to live is drown the hate may be appropriate in this case. Someone broke a liquor bottle against the wall. Well, you gotta take out your aggression somewhere, right? Interesting. Upstairs it won't let me scan anything in the mysterious area. There's the chessboard. I don't have a chess piece to put on the board. And we know because there's no button for the elevator, we can't get the king out of the locker, and we can't go back to the engineering space to get that one if it's even there, if that portal didn't seal itself back up. What's interesting is we have a videotape. There's a TV. I don't see I don't see any VCR, but to save us some time, I'm gonna take the videotape now. And I'm gonna... There, I can press it with that. Press the button. We're gonna go over here. This is Irinia's door that's been covered in that red, moldy, oozy stuff. I'm sure that this isn't gonna work. This access scanner is inoperable due to the red substance. As we figured. Let's go. That's a very interesting art piece to have. Artists amongst you, you can, leave your interpretations of what that art piece speaks to you about. But it's a very... At least they have strange... At least they have art down here. The base's emblem. Oh, the Quantum Lab! That's where we want to go!
These doors are blocked by that unidentified red substance. You'll have to find another way inside.
Of course. And yeah, that one appears to be on the fritz as well. Besides, I don't think we have I don't think we have Sasha's key card yet, but the security guard's officer's key card should work. But let's test that theory. Let's try to open the communication officer's door. No. So he does not have access to other people's rooms. So he may not have access to the Quantum Lab anyway, even if that scanner was working. But we do have his card. Let's see if his door opens. Nikolai, buddy. Oh, we don't have a high opinion of ourselves. Nah. Wow. Before I drop this videotape, I'm going to express myself over to this. Because his TV, as you may see, does have a VCR unit. And that shows a red planet. You can watch this video as long as you want. That's all you're going to see. But this videotape actually does have a achievement trophy associated with it. So it is worth your time to haul it over here and put it in here to get the achievement. Now that we've done that, we can do our proper explore. Just want to get that out of my hand. What we got here? A picture of the Strelica N3 base crew, with one person noticeably and that would be our physicist person. Interesting that the physicist person who we don't know the fate of, her head's missing. I mean, he even has Stas's Stas is in the picture, and we know those two don't get along, even though they're standing buddy-buddy. And the one who we know had the tragic, what we think is a tragic lab accident at this point. We're not sure now. Is in there, but okay. We have a clock. A wall clock. Well spotted. The top picture then. A picture of Nikolai at a political gathering. So he has political aspirations as well as being a security officer. A picture of Nikolai autographed by someone important. You know, you usually have pictures of these celebrities, not pictures of yourself autographed by the celebrities. Again, a little full of himself. I think you can't see that magazine. It may be a magazine for this base, considering the picture on the cover. It may be their base's magazine. We have this strange panel with this Aren't those the same symbols from the art sculpture in the hall, in the conference room? Sure, that has nothing. Those two items aren't related. Bed, a picture of himself above the bed. Security, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. We have all kinds of these political posters. In case you didn't see them before, I think they're all here. A patriotic motivational poster. Yeah, a patriotic motivational poster. Yeah, I think they're all, they just say that. And there's that same magazine. But you do see the interesting thing here is the data drive, which you want. And that's the Habitat data drive. So far we have we got the Volgravian dictionary from our landing pad. We got the evacuation protocol from the warehouse. We got the engineering power plant one from the engineering room. We got the security one from the security vault. We have the Habitat one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to think if I missed one. The Red King. We got the Red King one. That's 6. No. We're still on track. Ignoring that for now. We have another home movie. It looks like cute little label, but it does look official. Looks like it's from our all-seeing friend. So what this videotape has. Take this one out of the VCR. This one in the VCR. And there's our little astronaut with a spinning top, apparently. Childhood video? Perhaps. Cartoon? Okay. And now we have this thing. Those who have played this game probably know what I mean by we have this thing. Let's get it. You may notice it looks familiar to something. And if we go back out into the conference room, there's the something. You notice if you look around at this thing, and before I start looking around, let's analyze it. May as well analyze it, right? A geometric paperweight. It looks familiar, like a miniature of something larger, in case you didn't figure that out on your own. And you see these individual... A geometric sculpture. The symbols seem to be scannable, in case you didn't notice that. But you can scan the symbols. And you can actually... Eta, theta. And you can go through, they all have iota. I don't give one iota. Kappa. Theta. Epsilon. Aren't we epsilon? Gamma. Delta. Okay. And if you look at this thing, you can see right there, one of them is marked. There's a path. It ends there. It comes around. If you follow it around, it goes through that one, and it starts on that one. That's either the start or the goal. You'll notice that all these sides, except for this one up here, on all these faces, both symbols are level with each other. This is a spatial reasoning puzzle. What you got to do is you got to find the side of this that's also uneven. That gives you the key on how to hold it. And now I can move about the space, and we got to figure out which symbols match. So if that's our uneven face, we want the top symbol. Because of this, we want the top symbol of that one there. And that is lambda. Lambda. And on the, again, the uneven face, the higher one, you want that one up there. And so you want that one up there. That's alpha. Lambda, alpha. We follow these around. And we want to end up, want to go up to that one. Come down, up, down, around. Eventually, you want the bottom one down here. Theta. Looks like lambda, alpha, theta. Again, you use a security card. Or your cloned copy of his security card. And now this panel here. That's alpha. Is that one that we need? Beta. Gamma. Delta. Epsilon. Zeta, Eta, Theta, Iota, Kappa, Lambda, and Mu. Now, there are two ways to do this one. You can either use this, find the symbols, memorize the symbols. I know it's kind of hard to draw them out in VR, but memorize the symbols. It's a three Greek character combination. Memorize the symbols, come back here. Or, as it again noted, you can scan the faces of the big sculpture to get the Greek names. And then just go off of the, and then scan these. And if you remember, we want lambda, alpha, theta. Go over here. Lambda, alpha, theta. And with that, we can do our favorite VR pastime, flick. Got a jam between the bed and the bookcase. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Actually, it's VR if I could. Let's go into this room. Yes, I know, I'm still trying to access the quantum lab. I was expecting the game to say something here. But let's explore. We have another videotape. You know what that means. A videotape. What happened to... Oh, I'm going to say... Did it... Because I got to... That one looks... He's got a wrench. That may be a video of the shooting of Nikola of Stas. And he hid the surveillance camera tape in his little secret room, hiding the evidence. Okay. We got a storage cabinet. You know what that means? It's time to explore. This one doesn't have much. I'm going to use the flashlight. This one doesn't have a lot of light. There we go. Now we have that. We have bottles. A glass jar. Glass jars. A picture of Stas with a gunshot wound. Again, hiding more evidence. A picture of Verenia lying unconscious at her desk. If that's something he did, I wonder if she just had a bad lab accident and fell unconscious, or did something happen? And evidently, either he confiscated Stas's homebrew, or he had his own homebrew, or he's borrowing. So, as long as it's for his personal use, but he did hide it, so maybe you're not supposed to have it on the base. So, I mean, that's another of his secret pleasures, shall we say. And does this mean he has cameras in people's communications officer? That looks like he has video feeds of people's bedrooms. I'll let you be the judge of if that doesn't squick you out. There's our engineering person. Is he watching you know what? Or is he spying on people who had thought they were having private conversations? Well, that doesn't look like a room on the base for the physicist. That looks like a normal apartment. She's got a window! Okay, things are getting weird. He's got a camera of his own entry hall. Notice that these are clearly watching the beds. Make of that what you will. This one he's watching he's making sure nobody's coming in on him. Because it would be bad if he opened the secret hatch while somebody was coming in on him, if they could figure out how to get in. And not too surprisingly, not only is our security, our terraforming biology person's workroom, shall we say. And why do you have terraforming supplies? Not only is her workstation covered in this red gunk, so is her security monitor, which appears to be... This CCTV camera is covered in a red substance. It's not going to be useful, so we're not going to be able to see into her room. But that... A syringe with a disproportionate sample of a red substance. Ooh, I'm not liking this. A strange luminescent flower. Can we... That was probably not a good idea, was it? We have some more over here. I thought I saw a note on that desk. I saw a couple notes on that desk, didn't I? See what this one says. A strange luminescent flower. I wasn't pointing at the flower. Or I was using the wrong tool. Sasha, I'm certain that bastard Nikolai is behind Irinia's death, and I don't give a damn if he intercepts this message. Stas. I think we know why Stas got murdered. He knew too much. He knew Nikolai killed may have poisoned Irinia and got, killed for it. Now we know the motive of that. This one says, Sasha, I need to talk with you about Irinia's death. I feel you're the only person I can trust now. Stas. And we saw the notes in Irinia's room, but he was speaking to Sasha, the physicist. If Nikolai is getting rid of people who know he may have... We don't know for certain, but this is looking pretty... The evidence is looking pretty bad for our security officer. If Stas told Sasha and this guy is trying to eliminate everybody who knows, I'm not feeling good about Sasha's health at the moment. Okay, we have a map now. We have some... Notice that what we've discovered. Nikolai's room is subdivided. And I think the game will even comment on that. Map of this floor, you're in the secret room. Somewhere's appears sealed off due to quarantine. We do have some labels, but the game unfortunately won't translate those at all. And even though it's kind of late now, you do have a picture of that sculpture, even though if you've gotten this far, unless you blindly found the combination or brute forced it, at least that would, on a second playthrough, give you a hint. And he's got stuff marked off. He's questionable about something in the quantum lab, though. And if you note, kind of subtle, there's a connection between this room and the bedroom next to it. And I think you can see the connection. Security, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. I'm not so sure about that right now. A security propaganda poster, and there's a hole in one eye. And we have, get ready for it. Prepare yourselves. We know what happens when we scan these. The Red King. The desk looks toppled. The bedrooms, the furniture's been toppled. And that kind of looked like the furniture from this room. The stuff you see on multiple playthroughs. Well, I think we know where this is headed. We pluck this out. We do the VR throw. Now, this, friends and neighbors, is the puzzle that took me the longest. Wait, you can as you can see, you can see into Olga's room. You can actually scan some stuff. A kid's drawing. A bronze trophy of a winged figure. You can kind of peer your head in and then it blacks out. But if you're clever, you can look at these trophies. The trophies themselves right now aren't that crucial. There's a card there. Keep up that obedience, pretty one, and you'll go far. I think these two may be an item, and this may be a secret pass-through. Now, there's that strange red glowing locker. You notice the poster just next to it is out of range. I'm getting errors, out of range errors. You can see this, right? I'm getting out of range errors. Out of range. That box there is out of range. So I thought everything in this storage locker is out of range. And I looked for, I don't want to admit how long finding a way into this room. Now I can see through here that the chess piece I need is right there. And I can't summon it using the summon. I can't summon it. And also there's a security card there. But, as you can see, I can demonstrate again, the stuff in that cabinet is clearly out of range. Can't get it from here. Watch this. For some reason, that is in range. And that's Olga's key card, and that's Olga's room. And the red pawn can be scanned from here. So now we know the red pawn we need is in the cabinet in Olga's room. But yeah. Especially when other stuff in the same storage locker reported out of range. Let me put a lid on that frustration. Yeah, in fact, let me... No. Did that fall? Where did that fall? Where'd that lid fall? So I'm going to say, let me put a lid on that frustration. Did that lid actually... Now that I have the security card... Hang on. Other things. I threw the lid. We know that. And I threw it that way. I see. Oh, there it is. Can I summon that that lid to me? I never tried this before. At first, I was thinking when I couldn't find it at first, there was a conceit of the game to make sure you couldn't. Let's see if there is a conceit of the game. I can put it back. Okay. Good to know. I've never actually tried that. I thought maybe it made it disappear so you couldn't. Okay. There we go. Now that we have Olga's card, we can get in this final room. But first, that's the ice mine. Glacier? Makes sense if it's an ice mine. Again, no door control, and that also looks to be red oozed anyway. And we know from the maps that that's been quarantined. Cut off. So we have that room down there that the door scanner is not working. We have that room that the door scanner is not working. We have that room that doesn't have a door scanner. And we have Olga's key card now. There we go. And so as soon as I step into her room, well, that doesn't seem normal to me. Well, let's just go and get that go and get that chess pawn out of that locker, because it looks like that locker does have a lock. So it's not nice of Olga to leave it open for us. Oh, I'm sure. Was there a emotions?
Cut off for a moment. Not sure what's going on, but something down there is blocking the signal. Be careful, Epsilon.
Anyway, when I said I was expecting the game to tell me something, when you're in the secret room, I thought I remember you get a message like, "What the hell is this?" Okay, we can do some exploring. Radio operators, your waves carry the voice of the motherland. We have some pictures here. A picture of Olga's family. Olga playing with her son, obviously in her uniform. And that doesn't look like anywhere we've seen on the base, so... Okay. Renaissance. Olga's son playing with a toy sword. Why not? A rubber ball. A toy train. So she has her son's toys here? Menace from home? A rubber ball. Of more interest, we have a note. I know I did the right thing in reporting Arinia, but now she's dead. I don't know if I can live with that burden. Remember these scenarios in the loyalty test? One was, you made a mistake, would you admit to it? Another was would you report a comrade who did something wrong? One was, would you kill a coworker if you thought it? Those loyalty test questions weren't hypotheticals, were they? And the escape pod one, This is starting to get a little bit... Okay. Honorable mention for Olga Krayeva for her service to the Bulgarian motherland. First prize granted to Olga Krayeva by the Communications Regulations Committee. Obviously a model person, unlike the opinion we've seen about Stas. We don't know anything about our two scientists yet, but at least she has some glowing reviews. Stas may just be a punch card person. We got some Nikolai handing a prize to Olga. I think that might be the prize right there. Did our security person suddenly become the base commander? A candle? And a prize for what? A candle, a vase on its side. A picture of several trophies. Yes, trophies you can find in the room. There's that one, what obviously was given to her by Nikolai. There's the center one, and there's one on the right. And now, had you not... Hang on, I'm going to see if you can do something here. No, you can't. You need the handle on the other side. If you hadn't put the plug back in, you could actually look into the secret room right there. So, it's up to you if that was a secret from Olga, or if the two had a secret pass-through. Up to you to interpret that. And these are all just kids' drawings. Mom is in the stars. A kid's drawing. Mom is in the stars. A kid's drawing. A kid's drawing. So interesting that has the artist's interpretation of one, but not the others. But a little note, a very little note. Keep up that obedience, pretty one, and you'll go far, Nikolai. Didn't we see that over on the other table too? Or did I already scan that? I must have already scanned that. Sorry if I did already scan that. But evidently the... Now. Safe. Let's get back to the mission. Let's focus back to the mission. Let's check our mission objective. I'm still trying to access the quantum lab. We have a safe here. It's a 3-digit combination. Again, we could sit here and brute force this bad boy. Or again, we can find a more elegant solution. And sometimes appreciating art. Appreciating art can help with a solution. I wonder if I arrange those trophies on the table. One trophy. A little bit further back from the edge, please. No crap. Summon. Summon. Oh, that's the flowers. Okay. Trophy. Where's my trophy? It's knocked it off the... Where did the trophy go? That fell pretty far from where it dropped, to be honest with you. And you may have already spotted what I'm going for, but I want to put this a little bit further back from the edge. That trophy goes there. Let's try not to drop this trophy. I'm sure it was hard-earned. Very important if you're a Volgravian. I'm sure it's a very prestigious trophy. Irreplaceable. And now that I have the trophies on the table in the correct order, see if the trophies speak to me. And you may have seen it when I dropped the first one. If I turn this upside down, there is a 3. If I turn this one upside down, there is a 1. If I turn this one upside down, there is an 8. 318. Let's try that combination. 318. Three. 1. 8. Just as the safe upstairs, as soon as you get near the last digit in, it'll turn green or blue. I can open that bad boy. I can look at the key card again if I really wanted to. In fact, I'm just going to try to acquire it again. I can look at that. And this time there is no information. So, okay. And the red pawn. That's the red pawn we needed. Just grab that bad boy. Well, you know what's going to happen now. Time to Remember what happened last time we put a red pawn on a chessboard in this game? Get ready for it. That was the first move we saw upstairs. His second move, he captured something. And just like the one upstairs, a secret passage opens, made of that strange red material. Well, we know by now we can't call the elevator out. So the only way is through here. Come. Come this way. Why should I trust strange TVs? Come this way. You can do that in here, okay? First stop. Here's Aurenia doing some lab work. Red mold. A flower. Danger. Contaminated area. Great, and we're in it. A biohazardous area, and we're in it. Lovely. The terraforming lab. A strange monitor. The results indicate a biohazard. That would be consistent with that. Probably why it's sealed off. Aurenia knew that the mold was dangerous. She discovered the mold was dangerous. Okay. That's what her research revealed. The mold is dangerous. Okay. Next stop. Betrayal. All those kids' pictures look the same. A childish drawing of Aurenia crying for help while Olga has her back turned. So Aurenia knew she was in trouble, tried to get a hold of Olga, the communications officer, and Olga just turned her back on her. So much for alerting people there's a problem. Olga reports Aurenia to Nikolai. So even though Olga totally ignored Aurenia, she passed the message to the security person. Probably thought something could happen. Oh. Is this the memorial we saw upstairs? She had the soil, and now the soil loves her. It's the same memorial from upstairs, but now we see the syringe stabbed into Aurenia. We see, besides the planet life, we see a vial containing a dangerous biological sample. And in case you didn't connect the dots, Nikolai poisons Aurenia with the red mold, using her own dangerous research assignment against her. That's what reporting your comrade did to you. I don't like Nikolai now. Well, I haven't liked him for a while, but this weekend we can get back to the physics. This room we haven't been in yet.
Epsilon, thank God you're back. That that damn interference again. It just keeps coming back. Be careful. We can't assist you if you're out of range.
And it's nice that the room ahead of us opened for us. Since we don't have it, but we don't have... This is our quantum lab, and I don't believe we don't have the right key card yet. We don't. And that would be the quantum lab. We don't have the right key card. Quantum lab. Okay. There's another wayfinding sign. Interestingly, the wayfinding sign doesn't tell us we moved to the quantum lab. It still has the red dot in the elevator shaft. So they just did reuse the asset here. It's oddly lacking of detail for them. It is the same map. And we can't get the door on this side either. That's the door to the habitat. And I believe that this is the same we saw in Nicholas. But notice, again, the secret room and the view peephole are not on this drawing. I guess the secret passage, I guess we came through this bedroom. Would have been here. We had to go in, up. I guess we went through this hallway, and we came out there to check that door. And spoiler alert, for those who, that's the all of the quarantined area we are going to see. So this map is actually bigger than you would think. I mean, the map, the actual explorable area is really what's in white, except for that one secret passage we came through, which, just like the one between the power room and the loyalty room, I don't think exists in real life. Something odd is going on, and our happy friend here wants to give us another card. Let's see what you have to tell us this time. I'm sure it's good news. Welcome to the Quantum Lab, Comrade Reese. Why does it think we are Sasha Reese? The all-knowing... Is it just because we're in this room it thinks we're Sasha? Interesting. It hasn't addressed us by name before. I thought you would have tried to leave this place. Yeah, that's why we're... But the loyalty test... Did Sasha need a loyalty test too, then? I thought it was Stas's loyalty test. That's why we were brought to that room. Remember that this is not a safe place. You have been warned. Let's try to get back to this. There's no door control, so we're not going back through that way. But if you remember, when that door opened mysteriously, and even if it wasn't open, it looks like it's been unlocked. Access granted. The door is unlocked.
What in blazes? Excuse me, can someone please take a look at this? Oh, crap.
Yeah, I think the illusion's failing now, because this does not appear to be the normal brutalist space station architecture. This may be brutalist Soviet apartment architecture and design style, but not space lab. And what's out that window if we're that far underground? What we got here? A painting of a Voglavian landscape. Yeah, sorry for the use of Soviet, but I think it's pretty obvious where Volgravia is. A wall clock. A small alarm clock. I expect that to be a chess clock there. A chess pawn, and yes, you can look at each piece individually if you choose. The board itself. And I'll tell you, on my first playthrough, I was expecting for sure a chess puzzle, given that they've given you a full chess set. And if this were a multiplayer game, maybe you could actually play chess in here. Well, I know the quest menu says there's a invite other friends by him, but it says this button will be available when you've reached a location. Don't know. Some things to explore. But right now we're going to explore this note. The quantum entanglement experiment. The quantum entanglement experiments press on. We are very close to achieving something important. So obviously, she believes the science is doing well. Now, I'll be excused for calling things Soviet once you scan this bad boy. A cosmonaut, carved in wood. A nice wooden sculpture of a cosmonaut. Yeah, if you didn't realize that this was a stand-in for Russia, or the Soviet Union, USSR. Yeah, they didn't say a Volgravian spacesuit. A poster, again, a chess themed. It's the base symbol. The Pentagon is supposed to be the base symbol. That's like on all the... Yeah. But it's the Red King. Does that mean that Sasha's the Red King? She did have the Red King in her locker in the locker room. I don't think we've gotten close enough to see the mysterious cosmonaut to get an ID. But let's see if there's any message here. At the end of the game, both pawn and king return to the same box. That's heavy. Again, I'm thinking that they chinsed out, and that should be a chess clock. If she has an alarm clock right there. The radiator, the window. And no, you can't. Even though there is a handle here, you can't open the window. Wait a minute, do I have to unlock it first? Nope. So you can't see what else, but that looks like... Well, it doesn't look normal. It looks severely defaced, but it is the quantum physicist ID card. The green light's flashing. Blue light, figuring out whatever it is flashing, so maybe it still functions. I've got Sasha's security code. For those keeping score, we now have all the security codes except for Irenia, who's dead, so the system probably wouldn't accept her card anyway. Looks like somebody needed to take a foot bath. More chess art. Now, if you are in a quest for the 3 Red Kings, this is the third and last one. What you might be able to scan it directly from here. Let's see. Compulsive drawings of chess pawns. A chess piece is a Red King. You can get it by scanning what's left. If you're having trouble or want to see the whole thing, you can... There. You can pull those off, and there's the whole thing. But again, let's hit that freaky data drive. Here we go. The Red King. And now we're looking. Now we can see out the window at that strange red planet, sphere, whatever it is. At least you can see out the window, but we're not in the same room. I mean, we're in a room like it, but okay. Now that we have Sasha's key card, let's try to utilize that if I can get the right touch point.
Excellent. We're getting close, Epsilon. Very close.
Connect the quantum boosts. What are quantum boosts? That's probably one in that room. And that's probably the other one. Ah!
Yes. Those are the documents we're after, Epsilon.
Great! Well, everybody, thanks for watching this Let's Play. All we gotta do is scan these things, and we are out of here. Maybe I need to grab them. Now wait. Wait a cotton-picking minute. I could scan the data drive through a hole in the wall halfway across the room, but I can't go through a simple pane of glass. Can we be destructive and break the glass? That's what I'd do in real life. Break the glass. As with all things, it's not going to be that easy. Well, after that disappointment, I think it's time to end the episode. See you next time.